Greetings, Hive fans. Welcome to another live stream from Play Hive Like a Champion channel. I'm Randy Ingersoll, and I'm your host this afternoon. We truly appreciate you being here. We've had an exciting day already. I wish I could have started streaming earlier, but I actually was having to work. Normally, I have a pointing right over there, a little thunderstorm alert thing. May have to be a hurricane alert. There's a Hurricane Idalia is coming up the west coast of Florida, expected to cross peninsular Florida tonight. Hopefully we don't get a lot of rain, some moderately heavy wind, but nothing like a direct storm. So we wish the best to all of those people that are going to get direct hurricane. So this afternoon there's some exciting Hive going on. Frasco, 92, that's Francesco Salerno, was playing Roxar, finishing up their match. Of course, Frasco's already qualified for the round of 16. This is the last game that we're going to be watching this afternoon, or last game that really counts between apolloq and Aenorman 43. This is game 4. Right now it's tied at 1.5 points apiece. Aenorman will be having white in this game 4. The fact that they drew yesterday in game 3 meant that Quadlibet qualified to win Group E, and moved on. And what we got going on in the background right here is a match between Mangusta and Wowoot. Mangusta is from France, Wowoot is from Russia, and this was an important game. Actually, this is game 4 of their match. Game 3 was played earlier today. Game 3 was very critical because if Wowoot would win, then he would qualify second in his group and move on to the round of 16. Excuse me. If Mangusta could win both games, then Samax would win based on tiebreak. So as it is, Wowoot won game 3 and has qualified. So this game 4 doesn't really mean anything from standings wise, but I'm sure both players are taking it very seriously. See, Wowoot is doing fairly well in this game as well. Already qualified for the win. And he's got Bug with an angle of attack to take this setup shot. But of course, you don't necessarily want to take the setup shot into here without having a Bug immediately take a kill shot into here. So I'm guessing he's probably going to place either a Grasshopper or a Ladybug right here. Okay, place the Bug over there because that Ladybug has angle of attack to there. So it looks like Wowoot's going to win game 4 as well. And so he will definitely move on. He's on the round of 16. So we're going to close the playroom down. Let's bring up my Excel sheet. Here's my Excel sheet showing the round of 16. The last position is this one right here. Second place in Group E will play last year's silver medalist Stepanzo in round 1. So the winner of this game this afternoon gets the privilege of playing Stepanzo. We won't have a finals matchup between Judoka and Quadlibet because they're in the same half of the bracket. They could meet in the semifinals. So the top 4 seeds for the tournament were Judoka, Fonzo, Frasco, and Gandak. But of course, Quadlibet has a three-time world champion, is going to be a tough match for Gandak, assuming they both approach out of round of 16, because it's very, very tough to play this year at a very, very high level. Back to the playroom here. And it looks like Woot is this one. Of course, we're waiting for Alex Norman and John Sandel, playing under the name Aenorman 43 and apolloq. And of course, they're teammates in the team competition. They both are members of the Buzzkills, along with Brian Starry and world champion Joe Schultz. They finished 6th team championship, just ahead on tiebreakers over the team I'm on, the humble Hive boys. So Jack Hobson, Ivan, and George. 4 of us finished high for 6th, 7th, and 8th. We were 7th based on tie breaks. But we're waiting for 2 combatants to join the lobby. apolloq was in earlier today, watching some of the games being played. And as we can see here, Mangusta is looking here. Jumps out with the ladybug. It's a little too late. Woot, I don't think there's any chance that Woot can, that Mangusta can defend against this. He's got 2 bugs with attack to both of these spots. The ants that could pin either one of these bugs would release important. Mosquito could climb up here. Mosquito could climb up. But it would be interesting to see, because if black attacks, white pins one of these bugs, may just be enough. SB Fish has joined us watching the game room. That's Ben. He has also qualified. He will be playing Frasco, round of 16. You know, that's very interesting, because pinning the grasshopper, now when the beetle moves up, the ladybug can be warped away. Not so cut and dried here on this these last few turns. Or Dep Cubic quit watching. That's Pedro. He has a YouTube channel on Espanol. And congratulations to Pedro. He was the 3rd place finisher in the Mind Sports Olympiad. Top 2 finishers were Frasco and Roxar. They played earlier today, finished off their match. Brasco had won the first two. Roxar ended up with a victory and a draw today. Brasco won the group and is moving on to the round of 16. Yes, I should have confirmed. Oh, I don't know why my live chat was off. Hi, Max. Hi, Pedro. I should say, hola, Pedro. Rivet, Max. I definitely like the format of the tournament with the 32 players getting invited to the tournament, playing in 8 groups of 4, and then the top 2 out of each group moving on to the knockout rounds. It gives the players an opportunity to play at least 3 different opponents. And of course, the Board Space Open, the final qualifying method, gave a lot of us the opportunity to play as well and earn those final spots. So it's been very good. We're looking 2024. There is some discussion about changing slightly the qualification methods, because using the board game arena turn-based qualifying, not the same thing playing turn-based as playing live. You don't have the pressure on that you do playing on live, as you have more pressure playing live than you do based. Now this is interesting because this may not be as cut and dried. If Mangusta warps the ladybug away, beetle climbing up forces now Mangusta to warp the ladybug away. Of course, you warp it to there so the spider can pin it. Oh, I do remember a little tiny bit of my Russian that I took in college 50 years ago, Dmitry. I wish I would have paid more attention to it. And I will say, my Russian professor at Florida State University, his name was Herman James, and he spoke 43 languages, which was and he was certified to teach at the college level, 6 of them. So it was truly amazing sitting in his class. And wow, by not taking the setup shot by the beetle, it gave that tempo to Mangusta, and Mangusta was able to this final game. I have to go over and review that one and possibly do a video on it. In-game situations where you're having to calculate your pill bug and your opponent's pill bug can be very, 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 very complex. Bear with me a second. I'm going to go take a quick glance over in Discord, see if we have any comments from Alex or John. Let's take a look. Early. I was thinking it was 1800. It's 1830. Well, we've got 30 minutes yet. 23 minutes. So you're going to have to listen to me talk for another 23 minutes before we get the Hive going. So let's get a room open here. Okay, I'm going to have to shut down room 80. Reopen it. So my mistake. Let's take a look at this. Okay, let's take a look at this last few moves here. This game. It was important here, but Black has plenty of grasshoppers. It was important here if Black get a grasshopper in, because moving this beetle up is too slow. That gave Mangusta time to get the spider in. Beetle climbs up, threatening to take the kill shot. White pillbug warped the ladybug away, and here Woot should have gone ahead and attacked. And again, notice, let's hit the edit button. You don't want to attack to here because only the ladybug has a angle of attack to there. If you attack to here, then this grasshopper cannot be released. If you attack to there, the grasshopper can be released. He would have attacked to there, then white would have been forced to pin the ladybug rather than attack. Then Woot could have brought in bug to take with an angle of attack, forcing the beetle to be warped out. Then if the grasshopper jumps to there, white again can. If the grasshopper jumps to there, then this grasshopper no longer has an angle of attack. So it was definitely a mistake there at the very end by Woot. But he still split the 2 games today, and so he will be moving on round of 16. Unofficially speaking, however, even though I am on the committee, not a situation where I speak on behalf of the committee when I'm in my situation here on my YouTube channel. But I'm going to guess that more than likely, the committee is going to send Woot an email asking him if he's going to commit to play, because he has been the least responsive of the players in the tournament so far. Of course, that might be because he's from Russia and he might be having internet issues and communication issues, and quite a bit of time difference there from us here. I'm guessing it's probably 10-hour difference there. So it might be 2 o'clock in the morning, Moscow. I don't know that he's in Moscow. So I guess we can ask Dmitry. Dmitry, what time is it where you are? And of course, there's a 3-minute delay. So in 3 minutes, he should answer that here in the chat. Well, it's kind of interesting. I was thinking they were starting at 2000 hours GMT. They're actually starting at 2030. So we are still in listening to Randy mode. Let's go back to oh, there we go. Play there. So this is the game that Roxar won. That I only caught the last 2 turns of this game, but it was interesting because let's go back to here. Frasco playing white, Roxar playing black. And this was very interesting because what ended up happening is Frasco, and it's very easy to do, believe me, I've done it. Frasco missed this. The black mosquito has pillbug power and can warp the ladybug in. Of course, the ladybug is then stunned and can't move out, and nothing can stop the black pillbug. I'm sorry, the black beetle from out. So it was a mistake that can easily be made. So white would probably have to well, white Fresco might have had a game-winning situation here. Because if you'd have moved the ladybug, you don't want to move it here. You don't want the grasshopper to jump out. Very complex situation here. So let's see if Fresco. Okay, so it's 2300. 11 o'clock at night where Dimitri is. Thank you, Dimitri. So that's very interesting. Frasco, no, it's an in-game situation where nobody has anything reserved. Yeah, very, very complex situation. Ragdoll Ralph, you are absolutely right. Hive is a beautiful game. And I wish I'd have remembered who it was yesterday. It was a new viewer on my live stream yesterday of Game 3 between apolloq and Aenorman 43, which did in a draw, and commented that he was a chess player and has wondered why Hive isn't as popular as chess. And then he said, well, Hive's only been around 20 years, so maybe in the year 2150, Hive will be as popular as chess. So somebody should jump in the board space lobby, or depths in the board space lobby. Let me. I will invite. Okay, here's Stepan. He has entered the lobby as well. Let's see what's going on in room 4. Okay, let's see. You'll follow along as SP Fish is reviewing this room here, reviewing this game in 4. And I think Woot won this one on time, if I'm not mistaken. I'll get room 80 back open. I want to get a private room, so during the broadcast, don't have people stepping in. Make sure it's back up. So we're going to look over a little bit of things around here so I can still see. Need to figure out how I can get a third monitor. I'm entering all the games as they are played into this spreadsheet. You can see, for example, the draw last night between apolloq. I haven't entered the game played earlier today. 69 moves, tells you how much excuse me, how much time was used. Then we have the opening. So it was a extended Z opening, and a 55 were the triples. And I have an interesting stats page over here of all the games I've been recording, starting with the board space open. There have been 473 total games. White has won 53.1% of them. Black 40% with 7% draws. Will be interesting. Of course, this is a small sample size, so oops. Invited Ordep Kubik in, but then I locked him out too late. Sorry, Pedro. So it's very interesting. If you look, I'm going to have to do some examination on these statistics, but for example, 69% of the time whites excuse me, hold on. Let me get off drop here. 69% of the time white plays the ladybug, where 73% of the time black plays the ladybug, for a combined total of 49% of the time it's ladybug. So that's interesting. Almost half the time both players play the ladybug. Now what I find interesting is if you look at white's average score is 0.57. So 57, if it total even, it'd be 50. If you go down here to look, white scores better than average. If he plays with a ladybug, he scores exactly average. He starts with a pillbug, he's slightly above average. Anything else, he falls below average. So with black, score of 43, very, very small sample size, but the beetle, black starts the beetle, has a score of 1. Well, black with a ladybug has a slightly better than average score. Interesting, black with a spider has a better than average score. Of course, we'll have to go back and see who that was playing those. Scroll over to here, starting triples. If you're not familiar with the starting triples are, you can check out the book standard Hive opening encyclopedia, essentially 0 starting triple is 3 bugs in a row in line. The 5 is the most common opening. That's what Joe Schultz in his book refers to as a hub opening. As you can see that almost 59% of the time white opens with the hub, almost 50% of the time black opens with the hub. Again, if you look at results, you can see the relative. White's best score is when he has a number 1 triple, which is 2 bugs in a row, 3rd bug at an angle. Black's best results is also with a number 1 triple. Very interesting. .6% of the time, white places the third move. 48% of the time, black places the second move. So 90% of the time, black queen is either played on the second or third turn. Or only 82% of the time, white play at that. I'm beginning to notice that more and more players are playing. The top quality players are waiting till turn 4 to play their queen. We can go back over here to my spreadsheet and see how often queen is played on turn 4. So we still don't have the combatants in the lobby yet. Hopefully they will be coming along very soon. Hope I didn't misunderstand that. That off. Yes. Probably. Let's see where the comment was made. Somewhere I saw that they said 1630. Hope I wasn't nuts. We've got quite a few players coming in and out of the lobby. I guess they're looking to see if they're really going to be playing or not. KP3, that's Christian. And I are playing in a turn-based game over at Board Game Arena. And I'm sure Stepanzo's going to, usually does anyway, he's probably going to do another who do you think is going to win contest. once all 16 spots are filled. So we've got Judoka, who is a previous champion, Quadlibet, who is a previous champion. They're the only two previous champions in the final 16, but we have some very, very top players. All 16 are very good. The newest one, of course, are Woot and Pella. What he texted. Well, Stepan, I hope I'm not nuts. But I am. Oh, that's interesting. He sent me a text that said they were going to play at 4 o'clock today. So I knew I had read it, seen it somewhere. Maybe I'll send him a text. Are you planning to play? But Ole. O instead of the P. So, then. I just realized that my headset wasn't plugged in. But you've been hearing me through my old snowball. So I might have been mistaken on this. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe you all are just sitting out there watching me talk, listening to the Randy monologue. And while we're sitting, let me just take a look at the latest Hurricane Idalia report. Because what I could do is I could go to here. So here's the latest hurricane report. Oops. And I don't know, you probably can't see my, oh, you can see my cursor. I live right about here. As you can see, the storm, the hurricane, supposed to be a major hurricane by the time it makes landfall. So we are over here on this side of the state. So ideally, we're not going to get pounded as badly as some over on the west coast of Florida. My wife tells me that decades ago, before she moved to Florida, she would look down here and say, why would anybody live on that little piece of land sticking out there like that? So it looks like this might have been a false alarm on my part. I apologize to everybody. So hopefully, pay attention. I hopefully will be broadcasting the real Game 4 once it comes along later on in the day. So I'm going to probably right now stop the stream. I have to write on here. I might have been taken. Sorry for the mix-up, guys. Oh, that's interesting. My So I am going to call it quits for now. I have a text into apolloq. Hopefully he'll respond and we'll figure out when they're going to play. Last night they played at about 8 o'clock p.m. my time. So thanks for joining, everybody. I really apologize for the miscommunication. So I'm going to stop the streaming. As always, I'm here helping you play Hive like a champion. So I'll talk to you later.